Okay, we're on day 57, I believe, here. So just chugging along. Can't believe I've gotten this far. Yay. Uh, so today, either today or tomorrow, we're going to Level Up Conference. Like I said yesterday, it's kind of like Comic-Con. Biggest problem we're going to have is both today and tomorrow is the Rock and Roll Marathon, which is going to close down most of the strip. And the convention center is near the strip. I'll just have to take some back ways to get there and everything, and probably be a lot of traffic because you can't get on the strip or cross the strip. There's a lot of roads crossing the strip. So, what I'm going to talk about today, I was going to talk about something really interesting. I was looking at Steve Leto here. Love looking at his channel. And he was talking about FTC's going after robocaller auto warranties. And I'm sure we've all gotten these stupid ass calls from these idiots talking about your warranty is expired and all this crap. And, all their fakeness. Well, anyway, it reminded me as he was talking about something that happened to me when I purchased, that'll be my third car after I graduated from college. I was second car after I was commissioned. It was a Mitsubishi Montero Sport. And I'm at the dealership, and it was actually a program car. So it's technically used, like current year model, but technically used. And it was at a Toyota dealership. And it was when I was stationed in San Antonio, Texas at Randolph Air Force Base. Because I remember this because it was so funny. You're in the Linance office, you know what I mean? The finance and insurance office, Linance. And the lady is sitting there going through her stuff, and she presents me with the extended warranty. And she, wish I had some, hold on, let me see here. Make sure this isn't something that's gonna, yeah, I can do it this way. So let's say this is the pamphlet. So she puts down the pamphlet, and she's like literally holding it with her hands like this and going, this is an all-inclusive bumper-to-bumper warranty, and it's going to cover all of your stuff and all this stuff. And she's just sitting there, but she's holding it, and she has it like holding it like this with her hands on it. And all I can think is like, why is she holding it like that? So after she finishes, let me have that. So I grab it out of her hands, open the thing up. They had all the exclusions. The exclusions were like 2 panels of the, yeah, this is good. The exclusion was like 2 panels of the thing. And I'm sitting there going like, you said it was bumper to bumper. This excludes a lot of stuff that can go wrong. It pretty much says it doesn't cover the engine and transmission. I mean, it was funny as hell. It was like, oh man, this one just popped in my head. That reminded me of something. People come up with shit. When I was a lieutenant, it's now called First Command. Back then it was USA, IRA, and whatever. It was a scam thing to like, supposedly an investment vehicle for military officers. Anyway, I'm talking to the guy one day, and I said, I invest in index funds. And he's like, well, an index, and he's just sitting there talking about all this stuff. And then he gives me some photocopies from a book. And the book was The New Rules of Money by Eric Idle. Little unbeknownst to him, I'd already read this book from cover to cover. And he hands me stuff, and he's talking about, because he's trying to show what justifies what he's talking about. And I went, this is from The New Rules of Money by Eric Idle, isn't it? Doesn't Eric Idle say never ever invest in a front-loaded fund, to always invest in index funds? And he looks at me and goes, you've read this book? I was like, yeah. Going on another story, same dealership. I was PCSing to McConnell Air Force Base in Kansas. I tell them that I wanted them to work out doing the taxes because I don't want to pay taxes twice. I don't want to pay in Texas, then turn around and have to pay something in Kansas. They said they'd do that for me. And I went, I will not take possession of this vehicle because I don't need it right now until you get that worked out. So about 2 weeks later, I go in and it's like we couldn't figure out how to work it out. So we're just not even going to worry about it. They're just like nonchalant and blasé about it. I was like, what do you mean you're not going to take care of it? We're not going to take care of it. It's like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, the way we see it, you've been driving our vehicle around for 2 weeks. So it's your vehicle. You can't return it. Blah, 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 blah. And I sat there and I got an evil grin. You mean it was the Mitsubishi Montero Sport? You mean that Mitsubishi Montero Sport that's sitting out there? They look out the window. I never took possession of it. The finance manager, the assistant, they just sat there looking at me. No, it's the general manager. They sit there looking at me. It's like, you never took possession? No, it's been sitting there for 2 weeks. They sat there realizing they got a vehicle sitting there, probably taking up floor financing for 2 weeks with a sold sign on it that I never took possession, because it's not yours until you take possession. I didn't take possession. They're like, I just looked at them. They wrote me a check on the spot. So you got 3 good stories today. Hope y'all enjoyed them.